Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, we will be learning a lot of concept in Java programming. Okay, so the question you are watching on the screen, the left side it is given input and the right side we are given output. Okay, so the question is basically about we need to find the net pay of an employee. Here in output, we need to display the pay slip of an employee. Okay. So there are two things on the screen. One is output and another is input. In input, we are given these details. Okay. So, and one more thing we need to understand or we need to know here is that for output, we need to print this in UI. Okay, this should be printed in UI. This should be displayed in UI. Name, gross pay, deduction, and net pay. When we run the program, these all should be displayed in an UI. Clear? So now let's talk about the question. Let's talk about the input, that what does this mean? So we will be given family, name, given name, hourly rate of pay, numbers of hours worked that week. Any hours over 40 are paid double the normal hourly rate. A letter indicating the employee's tax category, no tax deduction. Okay, so here the category of tax. A is no tax deduction. B is tax is 10% of gross pay. C is 20% gross pay. D, here the concept of random number generator will be introduced when we will be doing coding part. Okay. And here one more thing is that if a person chooses yes, then then $20 from that employees or that person's account of that per weekly uh, is weekly pay will be deducted and it will be contributed to XYZ charity. Clear? And we need to print here name in output, gross pay, deduction, net pay. So here first we need to understand what does this word means, gross pay. So gross pay, it is basically the amount that employees receives from office without without tax reduction. Okay, without tax deduction. So this is the gross pay that an employee receives. Okay, and after that we need to find the deduction, that how much deduction that employee faced. Okay, we need to find also net pay, how much net pay that he will be getting in his hand, he or she will be getting in their hand. Okay, so now we have understood about output, that what we need to display, and now we need to understand the input. Each and everything we need to understand. What does this input mean? Family name we can enter through string. This also we can enter. Hourly rate pay, this would be in double. Okay, this we will be this we can also enter. Okay, number D is numbers of hours worked that week. Okay, any hours, this we need to understand, any hours over 40 are paid at double the normal hourly rate. Okay, it means that any hours over 40, like if I work 45 hour per week. Okay, so for the first 40 hour I will be paid according to this. Suppose my hourly rate is $10. $10. If my hourly rate is $10 and this $40, this I will be getting according to $10. Okay, like 40 into 10. Clear? That will be 400. Now what about extra 5 hour? That we need to, the what is written here, that will be normal hourly rate, that will be double the normally hour rate, double the normal hour rate. What we have, $10. Okay, so $10 will be added. So how much? 100. Okay, so 400 plus 100, so all together we will be getting, that person will be getting $500. Okay, now in this e number, tax category is given. If a person falls under A category, then there will be no tax deduction. If he falls under B category, then here there will be 10%. If he will fall under C, then 20. If D, in case of D, there will be the any random number between 25 to 30%. Okay, and obviously the tax reduction will be of gross pay. Clear? Now after that, this could be anything like 26, 27, or any other number. Okay, now after that, here we have one thing that if we choose, after doing all these things, if we choose yes or no, if we choose yes, then $20 will be deducted from the weekly pay, uh, to contribute any of the charity, like here XYZ charity. And if no, then no any money will be deducted. Clear? So let's go to code and let's talk how does the program, how can we build a program, and how the code will be working. So here is the code. Okay, so here we have entered family name, here given name. These all are the input that we have discussed. Here hourly rate of pay, number of hours worked per week. Okay, here tax pay. Here we need to understand this. What does this mean? Why we need, why we have added this? We have added this because in Java there is a concept that whenever we input string, for example, here we have input a string. Okay, whenever we input a string, before entering a string, if we have entered integer or double, okay, before entering a string, if we have entered a string integer or double, we need to put this line, because if we do not put this line, then this input line will input nothing. It will input nothing. Like here, if we say in that line I have entered integer, right? Suppose 2 I will enter. Clear? That next int, what it does, it only reads, it only inputs this, it ignores this, it doesn't input this. And what is the work of this? Its work is that it enters everything that is left by this next int. So this is left by this. Okay, this is left by this, so it will be input by this. Once this is input by this will not input any other thing. Okay, so it will all together in short, if I like to say, then it will store nothing in this. Okay, so it is compulsory to write this line. Clear? So here text is input. Okay, after that yes or no is input. Clear? Now here this is just the formula for gross pay. Here gross pay is 0. Okay, and here if it is greater than 0, 40, then we need to do like this, 2 times this plus 40 into this hourly rate pay. If it is not greater than 40, then we just need to enter this. Clear? Okay. Now here after this calls this functions. This function is calculate salary. Clear? Calculate salary, it has 3 arguments: type tax, yes or no, gross pay. Here the main game starts from here. According to our input and the question here is that if the first character, if the character is, if the this is the category, if the category is A, and if there is yes, remember we discussed in F point, that's if yes or no. Okay, if it is yes, then it will 20% will be minus the net pay will be gross pay minus 20%. Okay, because here in case of A there is no tax reduction. Okay, and if it will not be, if it is not the case, if it is here in place of no, then this will be net pay will be gross pay. Similarly, in case of B, the tax reduction was 10%. Clear? So if it is B and if it is yes, then the net pay will be gross pay minus this 10% of gross pay and this altogether plus 20% of gross pay. This is the 20% if in case Y is there. Okay, if yes is Y, yes no is Y, then $20 is deducted, otherwise not. Clear? So altogether, and whatever value will be there, that will be returned by this statement, the return. Okay, this will be returned and this will be stored here. Okay, after that, if we talk about deduction, the deduction formula is gross pay minus not net payment. Clear? Now remember one thing, that what I said, that output should be displayed in this panel, in this UI. So for this we just need, what we need to do, and what were the input that need to be displayed? Name, gross pay, deduction, and net pay, right? These all things. Okay, so whatever value we got, name, okay, plus gross pay plus deduction plus net payment, we stored in a string message, and we just use this JOpenPanel. So message dialog, this will display the message in a dialog box. Okay, so in order to use this JOpenPanel, we need to import this JOpenPanel class. Clear? Okay, so if we run the program, so first we need to enter the details. Hourly rate, suppose $15. Numbers of this, if we have worked like 40 hours, and if the category is in B, if it is yes, then the output will be displayed here in the dialog box. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed the video. See you in the next lecture. Bye.